All right, so now let's talk about running paid ads. Now, there's a lot of different ad sources, ad types of traffic that we can run. For example, like Facebook ads, Instagram ads, Google PPC, YouTube ads. And there's also many more like Pinterest and even Bing and all this kind of other stuff. But the best ones, in my experience, and the ones that I highly, highly recommend you'll be able to scale your store very fast with, especially if you have money to start, is Facebook ads, Instagram ads, Google PPC, and then if you want, most dropshippers are not using this source of traffic, and I've been using this very, very profitably, and that's YouTube ads. But in this section right here, I'm going to show you Facebook ads, Instagram ads, and I'm going to briefly touch on Google PPC as well, so you have kind of like the knowledge that you need to start selling. So Facebook ads, the first thing we want to do is we want to go on business.facebook.com, and so you just go to business.facebook.com here, and you want to go and click log in. So you want to log into your existing Facebook account. You will need a Facebook account. So I'm going to do that right now. So once you've logged in, you want to go and create what's called a business manager, and that's very easy. You just follow the steps. Right now, I've already created a business manager for Glowy Skin, just as an example for this video. And so what I'm going to show you here is how exactly Facebook ads work. So Facebook ads are amazing because if you just have some money to spend at the very beginning, you have a slightly higher budget, so even like $300, $400, $500 plus, then you can really give your store a big, huge jump start because you can start running like social proof ads, engagement ads they're called, and then you can start running purchase conversions, you can start building your pixels, and all this stuff is massive for dropshipping. So that's why I'm going to talk about some profitable types of ads that we can run. Over here, we go up here, and this shows you every single section of Facebook ads. So for example, if you go over here to Audience Insights, this is a very, very useful tool, and this allows us to see what the best audiences to target are for ads. So for example, we click on everyone on Facebook, and let's say for laser hair removal, we go here. So here we're doing United States. And by the way, here you can put in Big Four, and the Big Four is like a dropshipping term for Australia, United Kingdom, and Canada. And so once we get there, for your interests, there you want to put in laser hair removal. We can try that, or laser removal, right? Hair removal, you can try that, boom. So we can see that this audience is about 5 million to 6 million people, and then we can go to page likes. We can see the exact pages that they like, and you want us to just start writing down interests from these pages in a notebook or like an Evernote, for example. So if I go and I open this, so here we can start writing interests. For example, Ulta Beauty, I know is a great one, Bath and Body Works, Sephora. And so how this works is when we start running our ads, we can target people who like Sephora, we can target people who like Bath and Body Works, and we can see that those same people are interested in hair removal, so there's a high chance that they're actually going to be interested in our store. Now, there are some interests here that don't really make sense, like IKEA. That's too broad, and that's just furniture, so we're going to skip that. And so here we can also do, for example, like Nordstrom, that's too broad. CoverGirl is fine. And then you can also see location, like the exact cities if you want to target. I usually don't target by cities, though. I never go that narrow. The more broad you go with your ads in terms of targeting, the cheaper the ads actually are. So that's why I recommend going more broad. We can see that it's mostly women and 20% men. So now that we have some interests, I want to talk about actually making the ads. And so if we go to facebook.com/ads/library, which I showed you at the beginning of this video, this is actually the place where we can see any of the ads that are running for any Facebook page out there. Facebook makes it transparent because they want customers to be able to see all the ads running on the platform. So if we go here, we type in Hey Silky Skin, which is our main competitor. I'm showing you guys this just to give you an example of some great ads so that you can go and make them yourself. So here you go. This shows you every single ad that Hey Silky Skin is running, when they started running it, and if you go down, you can see every single ad. So this is amazing for inspiration, and you don't need any special technology to record ads. Like my most profitable stores, they literally work from, and I still do, I still just record iPhone videos, and I coordinate getting models if you need a model for your ad. You can also have someone on Fiverr or Upwork create an ad for you, although I don't recommend that. What they're going to do is they're just going to put together a bunch of different clips that they find online, and that might work for a bit, but stuff like that is just very spammy on Facebook, and Facebook hates that, and Facebook might even block your ad account. So I would not recommend that unless you kind of just are more short term. So here, for example, this boom, this is just a flash sale. So this looks like it's a retargeting ad, and what that means is that they're targeting people who have already been to the website. This one looks like it's a cold ad, which means they're targeting people who don't know about the product here. So we can see, okay, boom, so it's just her talking about the product, showing the product, And then this is an edit put together by, for sure, like a professional video editor that you can hire on Upwork for sure, once you already have the footage yourself. So this is not hard. Like, you can just use an iPhone, you can grab a friend, you can, give them your product and tell them, hey, show the product. The best types of ads I found are ads that show the problem at the beginning and then solve it. So for example, these ones are not problem solving ads. This is more like of a introduction ad, because for this, it just looks cool. It has a high wow factor. So if we scroll down here, or for example, everyone's going crazy about this product, right? So you can also have a custom thumbnail for this this ad. So boom, she's just using it, and then use on any body part. So it's very simple, just clips. You can get a bunch of friends or a bunch of, you can hire some models too. Models aren't too expensive. So these are the best types of ads to make. Now I'm gonna show you another example of a page, of a dropshipping page that followed my branded dropshipping strategy. It's called Jawline Me. And so this is a funny product. I actually just talked about this on my channel recently. And it's literally a massager for your, or it's not a massager, it's like a facial exercise ball in your mouth. And okay, so this is just a testimonial. So this one's a retargeting one. This is a picture ad. So let's take a look. Picture ad. They're actually doing pretty well with picture ads, it looks like. Okay, boom. So exercise your face. So, I mean, it's just, in this case, it's pictures or videos of their customers or people that they've probably sent the product out to for free via DM. So, and they're showing like the actual product here. So of course, like, it's up to you to actually make the ad good. The better you can make it, the better it's going to work on Facebook ads as well as anywhere else that you advertise on. And by the way, Facebook owns Instagram, so both of those ads you can run from your business manager on Facebook. And for your actual ads, you want to make sure that your ad columns are set up this way. And so now for your ads, first you want to click on create ad. And the way that I like to do it is I always like to create an engagement ad first. What that does is that actually pushes social proof onto the ad itself. And when you're a brand new store, you want to get like likes on your video, and you want to get comments. That way you're responding to comments, and people that are seeing your ad later, when you're actually doing a purchase conversion campaign, conversions means sales. So you're driving the ad for sales. These are just different objectives. When potential customers see that in the future, then they're going to be like, okay, so there are people that are liking this, they're commenting on this, so probably it's legit, and they just have more trust from the get-go. So engagement first, post engagement, campaign name. We're gonna do, I like to call it PPE underscore GS, that's glowy skin, and then just broad, for example. There you go, and then hit continue. And then you can also play around with CBO, that's campaign budget optimization. For targeting, for example, Ecom Hunt, remember, like, it gave you stuff to target. So the name of the game with Facebook ads is testing. You have to test. And I've spent over $1 million on Facebook ads. I've mentored by people who have spent over $10 million combined on Facebook ads. And my mentors have spent tens of millions of dollars on Facebook ads. And what I've learned is that Facebook ads is a machine. It's a system. And a system is actually a great book that I read called Thinking in Systems. And this one was given to me by my mentor, Sam Ovens. And he told me that basically you have to understand Facebook ads like a machine. There are inputs and outputs. And so if we screw up the inputs, the outputs will be screwed up as well. And what I mean by that is when we go here for locations, what I recommend doing is you can start targeting United States, big four, so that would be United States, Canada, Australia, United Kingdom. And so like that, we're going to do people who live in this location. And then for age 18 to 65 plus, you can narrow this down. I don't recommend that at first because we want to go broad. For detailed targeting, you want to hit edit, and you only want to do one interest, no more. You don't want to like exclude anybody, nothing like that, because that screws up the inputs and the outputs. It's just harder for the system to get you sales and to get you customers. So right here, we're going to put Ulta Beauty, which is the interest that we found right here. And also, by the way, this is the wrong one. You can see 62,000 only, so that's the wrong Ulta Beauty. So you have to find the right one. This is the right one, 32,737,000. There you go. And then you want to leave this unchecked because there's a lot of stuff Facebook tries to shove in here that makes everything like more expensive. So I wouldn't recommend that. Languages, we can put all languages for now. You can also test English only. And then for placements, I always like to check off everything. So if we leave everything off first, like this, if we're doing cold targeting, which is what we're doing here for a cold audience, which is someone brand new, has never seen us before, doesn't know who we are, I like to just do Facebook news feed, Instagram feed, and then Instagram story. If your actual ad creative, let's say, is filmed in vertical mode, then you can do Instagram story. So Instagram story, Facebook feed, Instagram story. These are the best placements on Facebook for cold. If you start doing other ones, they're just going to waste your money, and they're great. Like you can do automatic placements for retargeting ads. So for ads that, for example, like if someone already went on your store, they responded to an ad, but they didn't buy, you can then launch an ad, and you can create a custom audience up here. Right? And you can do that in your audiences, and you can only target people who have already, let's say, initiated checkout. And you can do that over here, all tools, and then audiences over here. And you can create your audience that way. And then here, basically, you wouldn't target anything, and you would just do automatic placements. And that way, we're hitting them from every single possible, Facebook feed, in-stream videos, everything, audience network. And this is good for retargeting because the cost to acquire the customer is already so much lower because they already know us, right? It's basic marketing, cold versus warm versus hot audiences. And so this is for engagement. Don't expect to get sales from engagement ads, okay? Engagement ads are just to get social proof. What you can then do after that is you can go back to the Facebook ads over here. So create ad. And you can then go and do conversions on the same ad. So you can either do the same creative, or you can find the post ID of the existing post, go to page posts, right? And then there you're going to be able to see the post ID of the other ad that you were running, the engagement ad. And that way, to transfer the comments, you can just copy the post ID over here, and you can paste it in the new ad that you're making once it asks you for your post ID. And I recommend starting with engagement, like I said, and then once you have the likes and the social proof, then use the same post ID on a conversion ad, and then just do this, and do between $5 and $10 a day per interest or per ad set. And like I said, don't overload the ad set. Don't put in like 2 or 3 ads interests in there. They're just going to overload everything. It's going to screw up the system, and you're going to get very, very high costs. And so that's basically how you run Facebook ads for a new dropshipping store. And of course, you can get into so many more details, but I'm not going to go into that here in this video because this is meant to be like a general tutorial for branded dropshipping for someone who's brand new and wants to start a Shopify store. Now for Google Ads, it's the same. You just go on ads.google.com, and there, this is where you go and set up your Google Ads account. Google owns YouTube, so right here you go, and then you basically do Google and YouTube. So I'm going to show you guys my Google Ads account for one of my businesses here. So here I'm in my Google Ads account for one of my businesses here. This one is a digital product business. And so to do this for a brand new dropshipping store, what you would do is the best kind of campaign would be to create a Google PPC campaign. And this is what this is. So if we type in the store name, so Jawline Me, you want to make sure that when someone types in glowy skin, that our website pops up at the very top. And so that's what Jawline Me actually isn't doing that. So their competitor is popping up here. And how they did that is they just went and created a new campaign here. And then we click on website traffic and then search. So you can see you can do display, shopping, video. Google Shopping is also amazing to sign up for. I'm not going to cover that in this video. If you want to sign up for it, you just go to Google Shopping, and then you follow the prompt. It's a little bit complicated, but it's very, very worth it because when people search up your product, it's going to show up in shopping. So highly recommend you set that up. Here, search, and then basically select the ways you'd like to reach your goal. You put in your business's website. For now, we can leave that blank. And then here, include Google Search Partners. We can turn off display network, and then we can include Google Search Partners. That's fine. And then for campaign name, we're going to do glowy skin, search PPC. And then for countries, we're going to do all ePacket countries. So for that, just go to ePacket countries. Like I said, find the list. And we want to be targeting countries that are actually able to afford our products. We don't want to be targeting countries from the third world because they don't have enough disposable income to target or to buy our products. Now, when we scroll down here for budget, you can start at like $20 a day, $30 a day. And then for bidding, we want to focus on clicks, right? So instead of conversions, we want to focus on clicks. And then it's just whenever you target conversions, that means like a sale, it's always more expensive. You're telling Google, hey, charge me more basically. And so we go down here and then set a maximum cost per click bid limit. And so for this, I'm not going to set a maximum. I'm just going to let Google do the bidding strategy. And so there you go. Maximize clicks is always better. So maximize clicks. And then conversions, you can set those up. Also, I'm not going to go into that here, but they're up here, conversions. And that will allow you to track everybody who goes onto your website and who actually purchases. So if you go to conversions here, I'll show you that really quick just to see how you can do that. If you go to conversions, you can go and then create a new conversion here, right? And then you go to website, and this will allow you to track the sales. And so if you already have Google Analytics installed on there, you already have the site tag on there. So for example, we can do like purchase. So that's what we want to track. So purchased, let's say glowy skin, handset, use the same value. and then, or we can use different values, right? So default value would be, let's say, US dollars. One thing I forgot, by the way, is make sure to set your store into your currency that you want. So usually I do US dollars, so that would be in your Shopify general settings. But here we're gonna do like 229, that's what it was. And then we wanna count every, because someone can buy more than one. And then 1 day view through conversion window, 30 days is fine. And then create and continue. And then once you do that, you wanna click on install the tag yourself. And then right here, this is the global site tag, so you can install that on your Shopify store. I'm going to show you how to do that now. So right here, I actually found an article that explains exactly how to install the Google conversions on your store. So we just created the conversion action in Google Ads, and then you want to install the global site tag. How you do that is you go to online store over here, and then you go to themes. So you wait until this loads, and then we click on edit code, like here. And so this is where all the coding goes on. By the way, a lot of the stuff, let's say that you can't customize a certain part of your checkout button or your add to cart button. In that case, you can just hire a coder on Upwork.com. There's a lot of amazing coders, and the prices range from like $15 an hour to $100 an hour, depending on how advanced of a coder you want. And they can do anything. And what they do is they go inside the code here, and they basically customize everything to your desire. So right here, I'm going to find the theme.liquid, so just theme liquid, and then here we can install the Google Ads site tag. So right here it says, if this is the first time you install the site tag, then you paste it between the head section. So if we go back here, there's going to be a head section. So right here, this is the head, and then we want to find the next head. So this is where the head closes. So we can actually put this over here. And you want to be careful. You don't want to erase anything, or else it's going to screw things up. So you just copy that, you paste that, and then you hit save. And if you want to track every single purchase, then what you do is you do it on page load. So you take this code, and then in your Shopify, what you do after you save this, so you hit save, what you do is you go to your settings, and then you go to your checkout over here. And then down here in the additional script, you can install the page load tag. And so here it's going to show like a conversion at $229. And now we're going to be able to see exactly how many sales you're getting on every single person who goes to your store and who clicks on your ad on Google. And also for the actual Google campaign, we're going to add some keywords, which is obviously important. So how we do that is we go down here, we click save and continue. So budget, we would start like at a $20 budget, for example. Just for this video, I'm going to do like a 10 cent. So save and continue. And so here you're going to put an ad group name, so glowy skin, PPC. So for keywords, what you would do is you can see at the bottom here, Google talks about like the different kinds of ways you can target. So broad match, phrase match, exact match. If you've done Amazon FBA before, then you know this from PPC. So we want to make sure that we're targeting glowy skin. Right? So that's between brackets like that. That means that if someone types in glowy skin without the brackets on Google, then our ad is going to show up at the top. So glowy skin or glowy skin store. And so that way, just hit save and continue. And this is virtually going to be guaranteed to be profitable for you, because you're going to have people who already know your store. They're searching for your product online. Maybe they want to find it on Amazon, and they're going to go to your store and basically buy, right? You always want to remind